And so Austin is buzzing. Colorado State's in town, and Texas is coming off a trip to the college football playoff. The Horns are preseason number 4, and they open up at home. Away we go. The Houston transfer Golden is banged at the 15, slips a tackle, and fights for more yardage. He begins a 3rd season quarterbacking Texas. 22 was good, did miss a month due to injury, and then last year broke out. Where'd you see him improve?
Well, I think his leadership is where I saw him improve. He comes in knowing, hey, I'm the starter. I don't have to worry about taking snaps and doing other things. My focus right now is on being the best quarterback that Texas can be. You saw it last year, wants to bring it over again this year as well.
See the numbers for him last season, and one of the Heisman favorites entering this year. To the air out of the backfield to start, and this is Jaden Blue, who gets the lead job in the backfield.
Taking the first snap today.
And trying to replace Jonathan Brooks, a 2nd-round pick. To the air, and here's one of the newcomers in the wide receiver corps, Isaiah Bond.
Feeling confident, their own script, moving the football.
Whole lot of new pass catchers for Texas. Pre-snap movement. We await the word from David Smith. Steve Sarkisian. First down at 15, and on the ground it's Blue, and there's not much there. Just the green dot with the helmet communication from his defensive coordinator, Freddie Banks. 2nd down and long. Ewers with time, sideline and too tall.
The Texas team, big 3rd down here.
They're trying to get bowl eligible this season, and a huge 3rd down from midfield indeed. Ewers gets rid of it quickly and incomplete. Michael Kern is the true freshman from Fort Lauderdale, big recruit, and he gets it away inside the 10. Here in Texas as well, told us he's got 60 people here watching. He'll throw it, and it's a screen to start to Torrey Horton.
To me, is the biggest playmaker on this defense. He seeks the football, and once he sees it, he go gets it. I always say he's a go-getter, getting that ball right there in the backfield. That's a little tackle for loss, but he's the big play guy for this defense.
He said to us, Anthony Hill is a budding star. On 2nd down, this is Justin Marshall, a redshirt freshman, trying to break a tackle.
Holding on the offense, number 69. That penalties decline.
Forcing a holding call.
There was decline, so 3rd down and 10. Fowler Nicolosi out of the backfield to a spinning Marshall, and he's wrapped up. He's a directional, low-line drive kicker, takes a bounce all the way into plus territory and scooped up by Silas Bolden, and the Oregon State transfer is swarmed.
Those are some of the things that have a lot of those NFL scouts down there on the sideline pregame that me and you saw, Mike.
You can see his progression, what he's going through as he sets up a 2nd Texas drive with Jaden Blue slipping a few tackles and getting to the edge. And Roschon Johnson over the first couple of seasons here in Austin. Takes it off the left side and finds a seam, and Jaden Blue lowers the shoulders.
We just talked about so many great things, but when you got an all-American type center in Jake Majors, just watch the big man get out and block, leading the way for Jaden Blue. When you have a center that can snap the football and get out and lead block, tell me.
Run as well from Jaden Blue. In plus territory, Ewers across the middle. He's got Gunnar Helm. Hurdles him in. Slips a tackle, and Helm takes it inside the 10. Bumped out by Boom Jock. 1st down and goal. Quintravion Wisner is the new running back. Up the middle, touchdown. Quintravion Wisner with the first score for Texas.
I mean, everybody just wants to pull. If you're part of this offensive line, I want you to watch the guard here, Hayden Connor. Watch how he comes in here and listen. He makes sure that he's able to seal, get some great kickouts. When you have an offensive line who's blocking the way, that's an easy hole to run through. Air and on the ground. Texas is ground and pound and getting them going.
Bert Auburn, in a world where there is so much new in college football, one thing isn't. The expectations for Texas are high. Off the college football playoff last year, Nicolosi quarterbacks the 2nd drive for Colorado State. And this is his redshirt freshman running back, Justin Marshall, on the ground. 5-7 last year, 6 straight losing seasons, but they are reloaded. And a big seam up the middle for Marshall.
A little bit early to start the football game, able to come out and make some plays early for the Texas offense.
Here is Marshall on the ground. Midway through the opening quarter, Fowler Nicolosi on a slant, and there is Torrey Horton. Other teams around the country wanted. A little trouble on the handoff, but Justin Marshall plows ahead in there. And whistles pre-snap.
Delay game on the offense, number 16.
14 from midfield for the Rams. Braden Fowler Nicolosi swarmed, got rid of it, and floats it incomplete. 3rd down and long. Fowler Nicolosi across the middle and incomplete. High arcing kick. Goes out of bounds inside the 20.
Is sitting right here, and that is the use of tablets. Now, the NFL has used it for a while, but those are still shots. What you get here from the tablets for these teams are actual video clips. Now, we did talk to the Texas coaches who told us, you know, it takes a little work to get used to it, to be able to find the tabs, to be able to find the plays, and you can't really simulate it in practice, but just talk to Colorado State. They're really enjoying it. The MVP, though, guys, is the one that has to plug them all in.
For you to go out there and be a better player, making corrections huge in game.
Texas has the lead and is on the move with Quinn Ewers throwing in the coverage, and Ryan Wingo makes the catch.
Freshman Ryan Wingo, that's a big boy catch. Look, he goes 6'2", 210. He's got a defender draped all over him, and yet he's able to come back to the football, getting the ball down. Nice true freshman Ryan Wingo making a play.
A guy who was 33 in our ESPN 300, and here he is on a screen, and the big-bodied Ryan Wingo. Quinn Ewers has already thrown for 101 yards here in the first quarter. A search for space for Jaden Blue, and not holding on to it. Their second 3rd down. It's a flip out wide for Jaden Blue with a cut. Stayed on his feet and picks up a 1st down.
Loss or a no gain. But the ability of Jaden Blue to do what? Make guys miss at the point of attack. He makes the linebacker, Chase Wilson, the green dot line for the Longhorn offense.
Jaden Blue, who has waited his turn, is flashing here in the opening quarter of the season. Ewers is swarmed, and he goes down.
Visual portion of practice, so bad luck on that front or that running back room. But the charge choice, the running backs coach, still feels confident about what they have in that room.
Isaiah Bond makes the catch, and
receiver position. The top 3 receivers last year, all in the National Football League.
And their top 6 in receptions, all unavailable. 3rd down, it's a screen, and this is Quintravion Wisner with some burst.
Describes Wisner. Juice. Everybody kept saying it, right? He's got juice. You get the ball in his hands, and you can see the juice. He goes from 0 to 60.
Yesterday, you don't want to see it, but we got faster at that position. Nothing doing on the ground. 2nd down and 13, and Ewers finds Blue out of the backfield. Ball came out. Did he hang on and make the catch? And now the signal is incomplete.
And you dial these up, and you, in practice, you say, we've got it, we've got it. We've got the linebacker on the running back, and just couldn't corral it in. He had it in his hands, but as he went to the ground, a nice job by Boom Jock. You mentioned number 8, the linebacker. See how he finishes? He finishes and forces that.
A lot expected of Boom Jock this season for Colorado State, stepping into the Mike spot for the Rams. First incompletion on the drive. Ewers steps up, has it batted in the air and intercepted.
ESPN College Football is delivered by Papa John's. Better ingredients.
Colorado State forces the big turnover with Chase Wilson's interception. They go on the ground for a couple of yards.
Our next cue, put a drive together.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Starting his 3rd year at the helm. And the first play of the second quarter is a strike from Kansas State. Called him and offered him $600,000 if he entered the portal. It's a handoff here to Justin Marshall, who goes tumbling for a few yards. Receptions. Jay Norvell said to us they're looking to cut that number in half this season. Out of the pistol on second down. Braden Fowler Nicolosi throws and finds his tight end.
A little something.
On third down, Braden Fowler Nicolosi toward the sideline and incomplete.
Of the receiver. That's the stuff that you want to see. This is a defensive back group last year that collectively the number was 116.
Season for Texas. Patty Turner takes off with it. And Patty Turner is not going to get close.
And with the ball still fumbling in his hand, never really quite corralled it. And that's where I thought it turns into a just run, go get it. I think he saw the defender who was right there that may have had a chance to block it, and that scared him just a little bit.
But with him on the move, maybe didn't get the handle, and it forces the turnover on downs. From the 31, this is Quinn Ewers. Down the seam for Bond! Could not hang on.
Jack Howell just playing. Watch him, right? Watch this guy in the middle of the field. Jack Howell, he's just sitting there, he's waiting. Watch how far he breaks on this football and knocks it out right at the end. That's an outstanding job.
Bond. On the ground, Quintravion Wisner plunges forward. Longhorns. Wisner up the middle, and it looks like 12 personnel with Blue, the 200-pounder, back into the game, and there's movement up front.
Snap infraction on the offense, number 65.
Being the eyes and ears of his quarterback, and that one right there, that cost his team 5 yards. And then
First team Big 12 last year, got a scholarship over the summer, and from 45 yards, Bert Auburn is good. In preseason number 4, highest preseason ranking since 2009. Drive number 4 for Braden Fowler Nicolosi. Gives it to the redshirt freshman running back Justin Marshall.
And instead of going off into the portal, guys are staying around Colorado State because they love to be developed and they love the culture that Jay Norvell has brought to Fort Collins.
Marshall goes barreling ahead, gets maybe a yard. They're 0 for 3 on third down so far. Justin Marshall into the pistol. They keep it on the ground, and he is blown up. David Benda comes rifling through.
Benda and Hill. Benda and Hill. You're just going to see 33 flash. The play is running, and 33 comes out of nowhere. Benda, he's lined up about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Before fourth down, before the break. And now Patty Turner sends a line drive toward Silas Bolden at the 30, and he is dropped immediately.
As the season continues to go on.
He starts out this drive with a clean pocket and firing into space. Matthew Golden, the Houston transfer.
But that'll get the confidence going again. Quinn Ewers, just watch, clean pocket. Once he turns his back to the defense, we talked about.
He's thrown for $165, gets it out quickly. This is Juan Davis making his second career catch. Helm and Davis among the tight ends, also with the Alabama transfer, Amari Niblack in that room. On the ground, Jaden Blue toward the sideline, and Blue has run physically here in this first half. Focal point for Steve Sarkisian. Second down, Quintravion Wisner in the red area. Third down. Ewers gets rid of it quickly. He's got Isaiah Bond turning upfield.
I love it. I want you to watch this receiver right here. Not the one who makes the play, but just getting out there as Matthew Golden does an outstanding job of creating space.
And now Jaden Blue takes it down to the 1. 6 plays, 69 yards. Inside of 6 to go in the second quarter. Ewers for the end zone, and it is caught. Matthew Golden for 6.
I'm still trying to figure out, how does Ewers get this ball in there? How does he fit it in there? That's outstanding coverage by Elias. Well, it's usually been the dead zone for Texas. They turned the red zone into green zone. Cash money. Matthew Golden. Haul it in. That's a terrific throw by Quinn Ewers.
Will Stone gets the kick away. And it'll start at the 25. Oh, you've been sitting on that all
I've been sitting
offseason.
all day.
Kirk.
Oh, look at that.
Kirk Morrison, ladies and gentlemen.
It
Rams
doesn't
take
get
over.
any better, guys, I promise.
Down by 17. Braden Fowler, Nicolosi to a leaping Dylan Goffney.
Going into halftime.
They've gone from 3-9 to 5-7, and now to year 3 under Jay Norvell. Second down, this is the 6th-year senior Kobe Johnson, who tried to lower his shoulder.
This is one of the hard parts of college football, and Coach Sark talked about it. We have live periods, but when you go live periods, you're also susceptible to guys getting hurt.
On third downs in this first half. Keegan Hollis gets his first carry. Braden Fowler, Nicolosi off his back foot downfield, and it is intercepted. Jahdae Barron the takeaway. Up the sideline and out of bounds, shy of the 40.
Impact players, and you got to just watch Jahdae throughout this series. He's right up here up top. Just watch him. He's the guy. He isn't fooled by the action in the backfield. Just watch him, just playing his position, playing his third, and then goes and gets the football. This is why he came back for another year at Texas. He wanted to show that he is an all well-rounded football player. That's a great play by an experienced defender, not being fooled by what happened in the backfield, watching and staying in coverage and going and making a play.
One pick last year, already one this year for Jahdae Barron, the confident 5th-year senior who came back. And now Quinn Ewers will just check it down, incomplete.
Are you done, Jahdae? Can we let him go? You good?
Now on second down, Quinn Ewers surveys, gets it out in the flat. Jaden Blue aligns his blockers, and he's got a first down. 202 yards passing for Quinn Ewers in this first half. And on a jet sweep to Ryan Niblett, the redshirt freshman. 5 wide, 3-man rush, and Ewers across the middle, tight window. Isaiah Bond goes spinning inside the 10.
And you see the velocity, you see the accuracy. Bond's able to just grab that football and go. See how he just sits back, that last little hitch.
Colorado State coming out of the 2-minute timeout ahead of halftime, leading by 17. Ewers to throw. End zone, Bond. Touchdown. His first in a Texas uniform.
That left back corner of the end zone for some reason. Look, he gets the one-on-one at the bottom. An outstanding release. He gets inside and then breaks to the outside. That left back corner, Isaiah Bond, I feel like we've seen that before. Able to adjust his helmet in the route and still make a play.
Alabama in receptions last year hit the portal when Coach Nick Saban retired. He's got mocked in the first round as well. Quinn Ewers going 8th. So 24-zip is the Longhorns' lead on Colorado State.
Around college football being back, seeing all the fans, it's been fun.
This is Keegan Hollis.
With college football, you got to stay on top of it.
On second down, Braden Fowler, Nicolosi threw it behind Keegan Hollis, incomplete. Faces another third down. 1 for 5 so far. Fowler, Nicolosi has it swatted down. Baron Sorrell and Vernon Broughton were up close and personal. 4th down.
Vernon Broughton said, hey, when's the tryouts for the men's volleyball team? Watch Big 45, 6'4", 305, get up.
And still a $113 to work with for Texas, getting it from Patty Turner. Silas Bolden on the hop just outside his 30. Weaves toward the edge. Bolden upfield with a seam. And Bolden tripped up just outside the 30. Well, Xavier Worthy's gone as the punt returner. Enter Silas Bolden this year.
So you had Matthew Golden make plays earlier, Isaiah Bond, and then Silas Bolden, another one of these wide receivers, but an outstanding punt returner. You remember the name Silas Bolden, yes, from his days at Oregon State.
And a couple of touchdowns. Good field position to start out again for Quinn Ewers and company. To the air and toward the sideline. And incomplete. NFL success for QB. Year 3 at the helm here in Austin. Four-man rush, Ewers to Amari Niblack.
Possession and try to create some points again for his offense.
On third down, it's on the ground, and Jaden Blue earlier in the first half and had a false start and then kicked a field goal. Bond in motion, Blue up the middle with one cut, slips a tackle and wiggles down.
To play tug of war with those guys, that's tough.
And now it's caught, and a touchdown. Matthew Golden's second score.
Offensive line and the great push that you have, and it's been run, and then all of a sudden you get a little play action. Everyone's looking at the running back. Just watch just a quick pause by the linebackers, and Quinn Ewers, what he's able to do again.
Bert Auburn back out for the point after. 31-0 with 12. Texas in this first half has really spread it around to so many different pass catchers after losing the likes of Worthy and Mitchell and Sanders and Whittington.
Ball, but everybody's getting a slice of the pie today.
31-0, and in the final 12 seconds, Justin Marshall gets toward the edge. Take this to halftime. So 31-0, and Texas looking very much the part of the preseason number 4. Passes as well at the end to Matthew Golden, who had a couple touchdowns in that first half. Touchback. We check in with Don Davenport for our sideline report presented by Chili's.
Yeah, you guys are talking offense. I know 31 points is a lot to like, but Coach Sark actually first pointed out his pass defense that he was really happy with in that first half. Loved the pressure they were able to get up front, and then also pointed out how Quinn did an exceptional job of executing their offensive scheme. Guys, you know I had to ask, is it Arch Manning time? He said, in a minute, gave a little smile, and he said, but we do have to come out in the second half and show that we can come out, be successful and effective right off the bat.
For him to get snaps today. Colorado State starts with it, down big to begin this second half, and they go on the ground with Justin Marshall toward the edge past the 30. Fowler Nicolosi was just 6 for 12 for 25 yards in the first half. Marshall again, right side, right into the arms. Third down and 5.
They're going to play a lot of guys along the defensive front. We talked about it, hockey line changes, but guys getting off blocks and making play.
Four-man rush. Fowler Nicolosi ripped it to the sideline to Armani Winfield, who's got a first down.
Football. They double covered Torrey Horton up top, so you get the one-on-one, and to be able to get the ball out as quickly.
Getting Winfield out of the portal. Fresh set of downs, and Fowler Nicolosi toward the sideline for Torrey Horton.
Holding, number 10 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Kind of a no-man's land situation on whether he was going to go out for a route or protect the quarterback, because he's supposed to seal the edge. So he seals the edge. Now he holds on because he's supposed to go out for a route, but that little tug.
For tight end Jackson Warren is out for the season after shoulder surgery. He's actually got both shoulders banged up. So first down and long, and it's conservative on the ground. So now second down and 17 for the Rams. On the ground for Marshall. Picks up a good gain, and that'll set up.
Toward the end, and you mentioned it, 5.5 yards per carry.
Passing situation, he comes out. Keegan Hollis comes in. Four-man rush. Fowler Nicolosi on a slant. Torrey Horton tried to spin away, and he is stopped a couple yards shy. Now,
Torrey Horton, every time he catches the football, there's 3 or 4 Texas Longhorns right there in the area. So it's been a team effort of getting Horton down.
And the softball team as well, runners up in the College World Series. So out of the timeout, Colorado State elects to punt it on 4th and 1. Third year starting here on the 40 acres. Enters with some of the best Heisman odds in the country. Jaden Blue on the ground, slips up the middle.
In front of him. To me, I think this is also a year where he can separate himself in terms of Texas quarterback royalty as well.
Blue out of the backfield, and
That his teammates see a difference in him.
And noticeable for sure. Here's a flip on an end around to Isaiah Bond. Out to midfield.
He goes down and gingerly went off and sat down on the bench.
25 yards there for Isaiah Bond. Sets up Texas from the 45. Against the four-man rush, Ewers finds Gunnar Helm.
That he has in front of him. He said he's been ready for this moment for a long time. Just wanted to make sure he takes it play at a time, one play at a time.
When Travion Wisner goes stumbling out to the 31.
To be around these student athletes. Listen, I enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to my role here at CSU.
Can I bring this?
I am that story that you can be great, and you don't have to be a five-star athlete coming out of high school. You can be a sixth-round draft pick. You can be a walk-on. You can be an undrafted free agent.
Atmosphere, is it SEC like?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. As you can see, Texas just went to the SEC this year, and this is the kind of stadiums you play in every single week when you're in the SEC. And we'll see how it pans out this year, but I'm excited about it.
All right.
Florida. Steve Sarkisian said he's a hard-nosed runner. He's a workhorse, and he had everybody helping out to get him in.
Florida coming into Texas. He gets 3 carries, 3 positive gains, and that last one was the touchdown. That was a
Last year, a trip to the college football playoff, the Big 12 champions as well for the first time since 2009. A touchback to Kobe Johnson against his former Duke quarterback and Riley Leonard. Justin Marshall on the ground for Colorado State.
State team, they have other bigger games down the stretch, but they want to make sure they start this thing off right.
Vince Brown makes the catch.
Let's keep the chains moving. Let's pick up first downs. Do the things that we've done all training camp. Let's just do them on the field. We know this is opponent.
Texas territory, and they haven't been past Texas's 44. On first down, it's Marshall up the middle.
In that matchup versus the Colorado Buffaloes. And he also threw for one. So look, they know what's ahead of them, but definitely a litmus test right here against these Texas Longhorns.
They've got third down and 2 from midfield. Braden Fowler Nicolosi rifles incomplete. Intended for Jamari Person with Malik Muhammad in coverage. Play clock winding down. Fowler Nicolosi into coverage and incomplete. Texas gets a stop.
Terrific coverage. Everybody is on their guy. They realized it was just a clear out. They run the 2 outside wide receivers up the field, and the ball was going to go to Goffney. He was one-on-one, but a terrific job by Taft coming in, making a play.
And now we'll see who comes out at quarterback for Texas. For just the second time in his college career, Arch Manning. Steve Sarkisian said to us yesterday, you won't hear the stadium any louder than when he takes the field. And Arch Manning fires, and he's got it complete. Jonte Cook on the move. Dragged down near the 10.
Move, making a play.
The most famous backup quarterback maybe in the world. This is on the ground. Jarek Gibson goes tumbling.
In this offense now, just needs the reps.
A little trouble here on the snap, and Manning goes diving for it and fell on it. That's a motion from Juan Davis, who might have ran into it on the snap.
And that's one of the things that Coach Sark and also offensive. So just operating the call, doing the routine.
Arch Manning steps up, pumps, flips it out wide to Bolden. Touchdown. With some creativity.
His first touchdown as a Longhorn. Arch Manning, go ahead, put it on the t-shirt. Arch Manning, you mentioned enter the chat. Yeah, that's how you do it. Creativity, making plays.
Got into the regular season finale last year, a blowout win against Texas Tech. Making something out of nothing on the move.
You just need reps, you need plays. And Arch does it, takes off and runs and realizes I've got a guy on the outside wide open and just improvises. Silas Bolden waiting for him, keeps his eyes down the field. Does Arch Manning just a flick of the wrist. And Arch Manning, his first touchdown, yeah, bow down to him. I see you, Arch Manning. talks about a lot. Happy to have both these quarterbacks.
Arch Manning last year was the third-string quarterback. Malik Murphy transferred to Duke. He won the starting job there. Arch Manning is now QB2.
Backs strong here in Austin.
So it's 45-0 now, and Kobe Johnson has it strung out.
Second and third, an opportunity to play in this game as they know what lies ahead next week in Ann Arbor.
On the ground, straight up the middle, and Justin Marshall.
Holding on the offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Moss, senior from Richardson, Texas, in the DFW area.
Just got to keep those hands inside, right? When you get out,
it's on Moss, who's been dealing with a hyperextended knee recently. So on the ground, up the middle, and nothing doing. A minute of this third quarter. Braden Fowler, Nicolosi slings it, connects with Torrey Horton.
Well, Coach Sark, you said at half you wanted to see your team come out and execute at the start of the second. How would you assess that drive?
Well, they did a nice job. I think the first two drives, from the very beginning, I think we had the punt, and then we had an interception. From then on, we've been moving the ball pretty good. We've been extending drives, and we're finishing drives in the red area.
One drive for Arch Manning, one touchdown. What stood out to you?
Well, I like that he got through his progression on the keeper there and found his over route. And then third down, the one thing about Arch, he's a really athletic guy. He was able to use his legs, extend the play, and find a touchdown pass.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Got into that one game last year and went 2 for 5 at the end of the season. And now gets some extended playing time here today. And he zips one across to fellow freshman Ryan Wingo. 15 yards to Wingo. And now the rookie Jarrett Gibson probes for space
in order to get back to a college football playoff.
Gibson up the middle to the 24.
Edwards has also missed time the last couple seasons, whether it's an injury for a game or two. He's able to bounce back, but Arch Manning may have to play a game or two or maybe half a season, just depending on what may happen between the years. You hope that he stays healthy.
Quick release. And a few yards for Jonte Cook.
In this wide receiving group, the ball gets out, they catch, go north and south. Great group of wide receivers.
This is Colin Page. Arch Manning at the controls. Jarrett Gibson rumbles inside the 5.
Up front to the tune of 164 on the ground.
Arch Manning pulls it, searches, and he tumbles down.
The players, he did it when he was with the Raiders as a quarterbacks coach. He got the call from North Turner, and also his time as offensive coordinator with the Atlanta Falcons.
Jarrett Gibson gets submarined by Blackburn.
Just to give him one last reminder in the headset.
Gibson up the middle. And Arch Manning up the middle. Touchdown. He has thrown for a score and now run for one as well. Famously lost his student ID last year, and it went viral around the entire state of Texas.
They don't go under center too often, but when you do, you got to be effective. That offensive line gets the push that you need, and Arch Manning, all 6'4", 225 pounds, leans forward.
Is that with the QR code and everything?
It's the creativity in college football.
We always see Bevo on the sidelines for Texas game days, but I wanted to know, what does he do during the week? Where does he live? Well, that location is top secret in order to protect Bevo. But come on, we found him. We see how massive Bevo is. What does he eat?
So he's about 2,100 pounds, and he eats 3% of his body weight every single day in feed. So he snacks on about 60 pounds of hay every single day.
Okay, I've learned we got to watch out for these things. How big?
From tip to tip, just over 6 feet.
How about that? So Dawn is out working everywhere in Texas. 2,100 pounds for Bevo.
I wanted no piece of Bevo. No piece. I wouldn't go near Bevo. I'm sorry.
Hey, guys, they actually let me basically harness him and hold him for a little bit. He did give me the side eye, though. I was a little worried, but I will tell you, he's living his best life during the week. He lives on over 300 acres. He's living his best life back here. He's got a misting system. Makes it 35 degrees cooler back here than it is on the actual field. Love this animal, but he's a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. I did about 2 minutes standing next to him and I was good.
I'll tell you this, they better not bring Uga. Okay, we saw what happened last time. Vivo and Uga saw each other.
They're gator chomping in the swamp from what we saw. On second down after Vince Brown went off, it's Justin Utah. Mature kid, the coaches say. Hands it off on third down, and Justin Marshall goes bouncing.
Seems to be a must-win for Florida State.
Marshall off the left side gets just a yard. Brousseau pulls it, and he finds one of his tight ends, Peter Montini.
Ball playoff games? Yes, on campus.
On campus a few days before Christmas. Third down and 5, and Jackson Brousseau rolls out and just has to get rid of it. To go in the fourth, sends out Patty Turner again. Silas Bolden back deep. This one bounces inside the 10. Bolden picked it up and dropped the football. It's a scramble for it outside of the 5. Gavin Holmes fell on it for Texas. And now Arch Manning's third drive is a handoff to Ryan Niblett.
Last couple of days, no one has spoke about what the matchup next week is all about with the Wolverines. Everyone just kept talking about how do we win the day, and that's a credit to the coach. The game against Arkansas looks like at Arkansas November 16th. So some huge matchups for Texas on their schedule.
On third down, it's a slant from Arch Manning to Ryan Wingo with some wiggle, careening off tacklers and swung down near the 45.
He's got a slant, so he gets to the inside, but watch the ball placement again. I love this from Arch Manning. The ball is right there, easy to catch and run for Ryan Wingo, who's saying for a true freshman, I want some of this burn at running at wide receiver as well. Quarterback at Texas is number 16 on the field right now.
This is on the ground right side, and Velton Gardner.
Years you mentioned at SMU, and yes, Sark was able to find a running back, like he said, in free agency. Wow. I think the only question mark would be the running back position, right? Do they have the rotation? Texas getting back to where they were a year ago in the college football playoff.
This is on the ground. Is
playing in Michigan as well. They want to get back to that college football playoff national championship game and running hard. And that's what you want. If you're Arch Manning, you're taking that, you're understanding what your coach wants from you. You're never letting up.
Marshall on the ground again for final 2 minutes here in their season opener. Number 4 team in the country off the trip to the college football playoff last year. Jackson Brousseau, who goes to the air on a shallow crosser, and it's a first down. Rams have been in Texas territory to the 44. Haven't been any farther all day. And Brousseau changes that, goes sliding down. Alabama's coming up next after this game here on ESPN. Brousseau to the sideline, and Hollis dropped it.
Over at Alabama.
Third down for Colorado State, and a swing pass for Hollis, who gets hog-tied down. It might be a
personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 23 on the defense. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
How do you think it will go for Alabama and Kalen DeBoer leading the way now?
You know, I think when you got
Brousseau toward the end zone, and a little bit too tall for Ross. Diving bid and intercepted. Wardell Mack, the freshman, with the pick in the end zone on a fabulous diving catch.
You talk about being Johnny on the spot, just watching the quarterback, the full extension, and getting a knee down. Just one body part is all you need. That's just a terrific job of making the catch. Just one word, contender. That's it. I walk away from Austin today saying they are a contender in the college football playoff.
For Steve Sarkisian with his team headed to Michigan. Next week, College Game Day will be there, and that is a massive Week 2 showdown for both those teams. DKR Memorial Stadium is now in its 100th season, and this is Texas's 400th all-time win in this stadium with the Horns dominant. Don is with Steve Sarkisian.
I am. Coach Sark, you told me at half how happy you were with your pass defense. That unit finishes with a shutout. What impressed you the most about their performance?
Well, again, I thought we minimized the explosive plays. You know, the ball just never really got out. A couple runs spit on us, but our safeties did a good job of tackling them and getting them on the ground. We got to shore that up. But again, just pass defense-wise, no explosive pass plays.
So much talk about this is Quinn Ewers' team. He's more comfortable. He's more confident. How did you see that translate today?
Well, I just thought he was really efficient. You know, they really tried to keep the ball in front of them today. I thought Quinn was efficient getting completions. He actually had a couple of drops in there too, but very efficient. And I thought he operated really well in the red zone. A little shaky at the start, but got going there from the second and third quarters on.
We saw a lot of guys. What did you learn about your depth today?
Well, that was the key. We were hoping to play a bunch of guys. We were able to do that. Now we got to go evaluate the tape and see who was playing fast and where some of the errors occurred.
You know, I have to ask you, right? Arch Manning, we see him in action. Crowd goes crazy. How would you assess the work that he got in today?
Well, that's the most he's played for us, you know, and so it was good. The majority of it was good. There's a couple plays in there that we had to coach him hard on, but that's okay. You know, he's going to continue to improve.
Coach, it doesn't get any easier next week. You're on the road. What do you take from this one as you head to Michigan?
Well, we got to play better than we did today. It's going to be a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. They're the national champs on the road, so we're going to have to play good football.
Appreciate you, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.